Hello learners, I'm Richard Ellis and I'm going to take you through natural science for basic 3. But before we start with our lesson, let us go through our previous homework. Number 1, give 2 examples each of the following. Give 2 examples each of the following. A. Erect plant. 1. Coconut plant. 2. Pawpaw plant. 3. Banana plant. 4. Plantain plant. Any 2 of these are correct. B. Creeping plant. And we have 1. Watermelon plant. 2. Mimosa plant. 3. Carpet grass plant. Any 2 of these are correct. C. Climbing plant. 1. Yam plant. 2. Beans plant. 3. Black pepper plant. Any 2 of these are correct. I hope you all had the answers correct. Good. This is our lesson 2. And our objectives are, I read, objectives. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to A. Group plants into flowering and non-flowering plants. B. List 3 examples of flowering plants. So it means the flowering plants, we are only going to mention only 3 of them. Good. C. State 2 examples of non-flowering plants. This one also we are going to mention only 2 examples of non-flowering plants. Good. Today we are looking at types of plants, and under types of plants we shall look at flowering and non-flowering plants. There are 2 main types of plants. They are flowering plants and non-flowering plants. Previously, we looked at groups of plants and they were erect plants, climbing plants, and creeping plants. Today, we are only looking at flowering and non-flowering plants. Let us take a look at this picture of plants. Look at picture 1. What can you see? This is a tomato plant. Tomato plant. It has many flowers. Let's look at the flowers. What color is the flower? Yellow. Good. So a tomato plant has yellow flowers. Let's look at this one also. These are all fruits of tomato plants. The fruits, some are green, orange, and red. This green means it has not matured. The orange means it is maturing, but we can still eat it. Let's count the number of orange. 1, 2. Good. Now let us count the number of red fruits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, tomato plant is also an example of flowering plant. Let us look at picture 2. Look at the picture well. Look at it well. This plant is called maize plant. Let's see if it has flowers. Look at it well. Good. It has some flowers over here. Let us count the number of flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So maize plant also has flowers. Look at this. It is called a cup of maize. Cup of maize. Let's see the number of cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we look at the ones at the top here, it is green. When we open it, it will be like this. So a maize plant also bears flowers. It has leaves around it. It is very nice. And what color is the leaves? What color is the leaves? The color is green. Good. I hope you've eaten this maize before. Our parents use this in preparing banku and kenke. Let's see picture 3. Look at this picture well. Look at it well. What plant is this? It is a mango plant. Can we see some flowers? Yes. It has yellow and then inside is what? Green. Good. Let's count the number of flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a mango plant also bears flowers. What is this? This is a fruit of mango. I hope you have eaten some before. Yes. The fruit is edible. When I say edible, it means it is sweet. We wash it when it matures. then we eat it raw. Good. It also has green leaves. The leaves are green. Good. Let's look at picture 4. What kind of plant is this? It is what? Banana plant. Let's see if it also has flower. Good. The color of the flower is what? Violet. Good. When this flower matures well, we see this fruit. We call this bunch of banana. This fruit also can be eaten raw when it matures. When it matures, some are yellow, others too are green. Good. Now let's move to picture 5. I hope you remember this plant. Look at it well. Let's see if it has flowers. Good. How many flowers? 1, 2, 3. Let's see inside. It is what? Is it pink? Okay, pink. And this plant is called mimosa plant. I hope you remember it. We learned this under creeping plants. We also said that this plant is very sensitive. When you touch it with a stick or a cutlass, the leaves fold up. But for some time, it unfolds good. All these are examples of flowering plants. So remember, we say flowering plants bear flowers. Tomato has flowers. Maize has flowers. Mango also has. And banana plant also has flower. And mimosa plant also has flowers. Good. Let us look at this plant. I just plucked it when I was coming from my house. Look at this plant. It also has flowers. Look at the flowers. What color is the flowers? Red. But when we turn it, you see yellow. Good. I hope you can see this one also. When it matures well, it will open. Let me open it for you to see. You see, when you open it, it also has a red flower in it. And this plant is called flamboyant plant. Good. I hope you can see this also. This is a fruit of flamboyant plant, the one I just showed you. This one. But its fruit is not edible. Remember, tomato, maize, mango, banana, I said their fruits are what? Edible, but this one is not edible. It means we cannot eat it. It also contains some seeds. When you shake it, you hear some noise. Good. look at this plant also. What plant is this? This is a pawpaw plant. It also has green leaves. And this is the straw. Let's see if it has flower. Good. It also has flower. Is it 1, 2? So flowers. And the color is yellow. Down is what? Green. Good. Let's look at this plant also. You're looking at 8 flowers. It has a white flower over here. It also contains some seeds. The seeds are in this fruit. Good. Do you know the name of this plant? It is called turkey berry. Some accounts call it amadridi. Good. So, we've learned some examples of flowering plants. Remember in the explanation, we said that some are edible. It means we can eat some of them. Others too, they are not. Like the flamboyant, we cannot eat its fruits. Good. So, flowering plants, we said that they are flowering plants and non-flowering plants as the 2 main types of plants. And flowering plants, we said flowering plants are plants that bear flowers. Some examples of flowering plants was shown to us. And examples of flowering plants, we have tomato plant, maize plant, pawpaw plant, and the last, orange plant. Orange plant also produces flowers. Now let us look at the next type of plant. The next is called non-flowering plant. Let's say it together. Non-flowering plant. Flowering plant bear flowers. It means they produces flowers. So non-flowering plants do not bear flowers. Let's read. Non-flowering plants are plants that do not bear flowers. Let us take a look at some examples of non-flowering plants. All these are examples of non-flowering plants. In flowering plants, we said they bear flowers. But these non-flowering plants, they do not. Let us look at picture 1. I hope you know this plant. This plant is called mushroom plant. It also grows like a plant. Look at how it is. Very white, and the top is what? Brown. Okay. It is very sweet. I hope you've eaten some before. This plant, it can rain and rain and rain, but it can never bear flowers. Good. Let us look at picture 2. Look at this plant very well. It also has leaves. And it is called fern plant. All of you, fern plant. I hope you've seen this plant before. They normally grow on other plants. Example, oil palm plants. You see them growing on them. And those who live around places where there is cocoa farm, When you go to cocoa farm, you see these plants there. They normally grow down. It is very easy when weeding them. These plants also do not bear flowers. Let's see if you can see any flower. There is no flower. Good. Let's see picture 3. Very nice plant. Do you know the name of this plant? Oh, this one. No, it is not green onions. It is called horsetail plant. It is also green in color. This plant also do not produce any flower. Good. Picture 4. A very nice plant. It is called Maize Plants. Look at how beautiful it is. But this one also does not produce any flower. Even if you add fertilizer to the soil, still, when it rains from December to June, still. So this is also a non-flowering plant. All these are examples of non-flowering plants. Good. Let's read what is here. With the help of the picture, it says non-flowering plants are plants that do not bear flowers. From the examples, we saw that all the plants that we have do not bear flowers. So this means that non-flowering plants do not produce flowers. Unlike the flowering plant, they produce flowers. Examples of non-flowering plants: fern, moss, mushroom, horsetail. All these are examples of non-flowering plants. Good. I hope you have understood today's lesson. Today, what have you learned? We learned about types of plants. And we said the types we have: flowering plants and non-flowering plants. Flowering plant produces flowers, and some examples were given. We also learned about non-flowering plants, and these plants do not bear flowers. Some example of this was also given. Now take your homework books and pens and let's write this homework. Number 1, state 2 examples each of the following. Very simple. State 2 examples each of the following: A, flowering plants. B, non-flowering plants. Good. This brings us to the end of today's discussion. Thank you and goodbye.